is a Tuesday afternoon in always damp Seattle. I don't know how people who vlog while walking around public places have the confidence to do so, because this feels very, very weird for me, possibly because I'm walking down these streets for the first time. So the next cut's gonna be for me literally anywhere else. Okay, so on further thought, I have n equals 2 data points on the dampness or lack thereof on Seattle, so I probably can't say always, but you know. Anyway, I'm talking to you outside, actually, because it turns out to be convenient with how my day is structured, but now I have lots of groceries. Actually very much enjoyed your video and your rebuttal of the concept of how chasing people makes you faster. It lines up with a lot of my own experience, not just in running, but kind of metaphorically trying to go far. You go far by following people who are further, or trying to at the very least. It's a good video. So, what have I been thinking about? What was I thinking about 3 weeks ago? Probably thinking about anime 3 weeks ago, and how much I was looking forward to Seattle. And I think that was a well-justified looking forward to, because I have a lot of great friends here, and that's great. They're great people to run after. What am I thinking about now? I'm thinking about form days now. So, last week was my first time back in the gym after a long time. I squatted one day, and I deadlifted the other, and reasonably so. Both of these things were done with very low weights, right? I wanna spend the day focusing on form, probably much to the entertainment of the girl next to me on the squat rack who was squatting like over double what I was deadlifting, but whatever. No, it was fun. It was good. It's always good to have form days, and so I was thinking about it more, and I think it kind of mirrors what my first 2 days here at work was like, in that they were also kind of form days. I'm leveraging the jet lag, and for all intents and purposes, I have woken up at 7:30 a.m. for the last 2 days. I haven't necessarily lifted a lot of heavy metaphorical weight here. Not a lot of hard or interesting code was written, but it's mostly been about focusing form in terms of getting to work early-ish, while I'm in front of my computer, staying focused, taking reasonable breaks so that way I can actually be refreshed in front of my screen. And I think that concept of form days, so basically the concept of form days seems to extend past lifting. Who'd have thunked? What'll I be thinking about in 3 weeks? In 3 weeks, hopefully the project I'm working on here at University of Washington, which is currently centered around cleaning, getting robots to clean off surfaces and such, will probably have a more concrete form. So we can talk about that in more detail 3 weeks from now, because academia is not about being hush-hush. Got to disseminate knowledge. Future note for videos, I have better flight footage that I'm excited to link at the beginning of this video, but future note is to say less. I think part of that is thinking about what I'm gonna say before I film these things, but I do that. I think it's mostly just kind of watching my cadence. Back when I did debate, I was way better at taking pauses, so it's a practice thing. I'd like to leave you with a nugget, an interesting nugget to think about, kind of the way you left me. It's an interesting nugget. So, but I haven't really thought about that nugget, so that'll be the next cut. Oh yeah, one of the things I like about my lab is that rather than bogging everyone down with like a big long status update meeting or like Scrum meeting, is that there's a Slack channel that we have called status updates, where people write down their status updates, which gives them a chance to think about them. I'd imagine it's like the way thinking about these videos makes them better than if I were to purely wing it. Thinking about your status updates and writing them out in Slack kind of makes them better than a stand-up where people are kind of churning through other things at the moment. So one of the things on these status updates isn't just like how your project is going. It's you're supposed to fill out a field where you write down a thanks note, and you write down like someone that's helped you in the last week. typically someone in the lab who's made your life easier. It's kind of like a thanks. And I like that. I think it's good to encourage like a spirit of community. This video is definitely going over 4 minutes. We might want to think about a Vlogbrothers style punishment system, but we haven't done that yet. And your last video was after a Sunday, at least in Pacific time. So I'm gonna go a little bit over it. Anyway, my nugget for you is what are you thankful for? What if you were giving me your status update via Slack, who would you put, or what thing would you put down in your thanks field? All right, sorry about rambling. I will see you on Friday.